So the Quinton Simon case, I've touched on it. I'm obviously not covering it as extensive as the likes of Cinema Shogun. There is a link in description for his channel. If you've not heard of him, go check him out. He is on the pulse with this case. But I did feel that I just wanted to make this video because I just want to make it very clear that I'm just as pissed off about this case as what many other people are. We've heard that Leilani's brother has come out, and this guy is obviously defending his mum. And look, I get it. It's your mum, you're defending her. Maybe some people argue that that's what sons should do, regardless of whatever. You know, you come out, you support your mum no matter what. That unconditional love, like a parent would perhaps a child. But look, some of the things that he says does ring alarm bells to me, I must say. You know, immediately he's thrown Leilani under the bus. Now, if this was about a genuine person sticking up for their family members in a time of sort of crisis, but he's not. You know, he's very quickly detached himself from his sister and basically said she's on her fucking own. You know, I'm here for my mum. And, you know, and I'm going to come to something specifically about that in a second. But he says when the time's right, he's going to come out and he's going to defend his mum. And you just think, well, what do you mean when the time's right? Because that, to me, that kind of says that you know where this shit is heading. Is it because you've been told what happened and you know that shit's going to hit the fan at some point, and at that point you're going to be in your mum's corner for that inevitable fight to try and help her detach herself from what actually happened? Well, let me tell you something. You can't detach yourself from this when you're in the position that she was in. She was legally responsible for this little boy. He lived in the house with her. Do you know what I mean? She is just as involved in this as Leilani is. I'm sorry. And, you know, to try and defend the behaviour of Billy Joe this night when she was out and call it what the fuck you like. Now, he turned around and said,
"Oh, she's been through such a lot. Some friends came round, they dragged her out and took her out for a drink. We're very sorry about that."
Get the fuck out of here. While she was out drinking, giving her number out, flirting, the behaviour that she was filmed partaking in, while her grandchild was being hunted for on a landfill that her fucking daughter had sent him to, is disgusting, and there is absolutely no excuse for that. That is absolutely sickening. And I know that there's a lot of people who are jumping on the bandwagon of support because we see it every fucking time. And it's just boring now. It's absolutely boring. This child was 2 years old when something happened in that household, and it ended up in him being sent to a landfill where these poor officers have now got to go through the painstaking efforts of trying to find him and bring this little boy to rest. And this family is about as dysfunctional as it gets. And you, brother, son, have come out and proven the absolute disconnect that there is. And I'm not even going to mention the fact that there's other family members who have been incarcerated for involvement in murder in the past, because that just wouldn't get us anywhere. So I'm not going to mention it. But what did this little boy do to deserve such a heinous act? It's absolutely disgusting. And all I will say is fuck Billy Joe. I hope that everybody in that house are held accountable for what happened. If you're not part of the solution, then you're part of the problem. If you know that there's shit happening and you know that things need to be sorted, then you sort it. What we're seeing here is the aftermath of something that was bubbling, and it erupted, and this little boy paid the price. I'll see you all in the next one.